Semi-truck crashes can have potentially deadly consequences. Last night in our series, Blind Spots, we showed you how the lives of a Florida family were changed when a semi crashed into a van, leaving a Florida grandmother a quadriplegic.
I don't know if you could actually say like worse things than dying, but this is horrible. It's just awful.
My goodness. Although the driver of the truck tested positive for drugs, he's still out on the road. Our investigative team spent the past year talking with lawyers, experts, even former top officials within the trucking industry.
Discussing what needs to change at the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and beyond to keep us safe. Here's Jennifer Titus with part 2 of Blind Spots, the hidden dangers on our roads.
Deposition after deposition, fatal crash, serious crash after serious crash. These small companies have zero safety measures, and they're just signing the form.
We found the FMCSA often doesn't verify whether new entrant carriers are complying with federal regulations before their trucks hit the road. A new entrant carrier is basically a new trucking company that just started operating. For the first 18 months, they're supposed to be under extra federal scrutiny to make sure they're following the rules and operating safely.
I think some of this comes right back to the FMCSA's lap because it's too easy to get a DOT number. It's just too darn easy.
Trucking industry experts like Steve Bryan and longtime broker Brian Watt blame the lack of oversight for the problems we are seeing with new entrant carriers.
The Motor Carrier Deregulation Act of 1980 was designed to reduce the barriers to entry. They reduced the paperwork barriers, they reduced the financial barriers, they reduced the insurance barriers in order for a company to get started. It was all in an effort to make the highways more competitive. This was all part of the deregulation movement of 1980. What ended up happening is that so many carriers started getting into the business, the FMCSA got overwhelmed.
We uncovered a presentation from the FMCSA's 2024 Safety Research Forum showing new trucking companies are behind more deadly crashes every year. One slide points out that back in 2012, Congress ordered the agency to create a written proficiency exam for anyone applying to start a motor carrier. On the same slide, it says they are 10 years late meeting this requirement. We asked to speak with FMCSA Administrator Derek Bars, but we're told he isn't giving interviews at this time. How many years were you there for?
15.
15, okay. We did track down the FMCSA's former executive director and chief safety officer, Jack Van Steenberg.
The registration at FMCSA, quite frankly, is broke. It costs nothing to get a DOT number. It costs $300 to get an operating authority, which is the MC number.
As for the oversight of these new trucking companies,
there's not enough safety investigators to make the highway safe. There's only about 300 safety investigators throughout the country, and those safety investigators are responsible for the 800,000 motor carriers that are registered and active out there today.
Van Steenberg says he put the proficiency exam on the top of his priority list in 2022. He retired in 2023.
I know they didn't do it. I don't know where it is in the priority list of this administration.
She's going to be entrapped. I need to get to her.
It's not stopped. It's a
So it just kept going through?
Yeah.
Couldn't stop?
Yeah.
In the meantime, little has changed for the driver involved in that Florida crash. Bogri is still on the road. Besides the citations, no criminal charges were ever filed. Even the lawyer taking the deposition was startled to hear how this deposition started.
When you first logged in, when you first had the phone in your hand and logged in by video, you were driving a tractor down the highway. Yes?
Yes, I was driving. I was looking for an exit, so I'm sorry.
Do you understand how dangerous it is to drive down the interstate with a cell phone in your hand, pushing the keys to log into the link and looking at a video, sir?
Yes.
Jaswinder Singh is also driving a truck for his wife's company. She opened her own trucking company, GRD Truckers, Inc., after Panu Brothers lost its insurance because of the crash.
She's never done anything with trucking before. Literally, he just had his wife go sign the forms. That's the problem.
Both 18. We're drinking fruit punch there, not wine. All right, let me grab your handle here.
Meanwhile, everything has changed for the Dills.
It really did It was a horrible day. But she's still here.
It makes you angry and you wonder, well, where's the justice in this?
Yeah.
He's taken so much.
Like, he still gets to live his life.
Yeah.
Nothing in his life changed.
This guy started his company with JST, signed it up, did nothing, caused a catastrophic crash that injured numerous people, including a quadriplegic, this family, and then shut the company down and opened it up under his wife's name using JST again. It's the absolute definition of a chameleon carrier.
So chameleon carriers are trucks changing names seemingly overnight. How some trucking companies are running loads, avoiding the law, and potentially putting your safety at risk. Watch our series Blind Spots, The Hidden Dangers, streaming now on the 10 Tampa Bay News app. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.